Around the globe, military analysts are in shock because a single fighter jet from a small neutral nation has managed to disrupt decades of defense planning and expose a truth that superpowers did not want the world to see. This jet is the Saab Gripen, Sweden's masterpiece, a lightweight, cost-effective, and incredibly lethal aircraft that has left even the mightiest air forces questioning everything they know about air combat. The story of the Gripen begins in the tense era of the Cold War, when Sweden, surrounded by potential threats, realized it could not rely on massive budgets or foreign alliances to secure its skies. Saab's engineers faced a daunting challenge: build a jet that was inexpensive yet cutting-edge, powerful yet easy to maintain, and capable of fighting a war even if traditional air bases were destroyed. The solution was revolutionary: the JAS-39 Gripen, a multi-role fighter designed to launch from short stretches of highway deep inside Sweden's forests, refuel and rearm in minutes with just a handful of conscript mechanics, and return to the fight before an enemy could even locate it. But the Gripen is not just about survival. It is about dominance through innovation. Unlike many aircraft that rely on sheer size and cost, the Gripen's strength lies in its brain. Saab built it around advanced software architecture, allowing the jet to evolve faster than any of its rivals. Its state-of-the-art AESA radar, powerful electronic warfare suite, and unique data-sharing network turn every Gripen into part of a living swarm, able to see, jam, and strike with surgical precision. In combat exercises, this so-called budget jet has gone head-to-head with F-16s, Eurofighters, and even the stealthy F-35, often achieving shocking kill ratios that left experienced pilots stunned. And then comes the part that terrifies defense contractors the most: cost. A single F-35 can drain a nation's budget, costing over $100 million to buy and $40,000 per hour to fly. The Gripen? Less than half the purchase price and a fraction of the operating cost, meaning nations can afford to train more pilots, fly more missions, and maintain a constant, combat-ready force without bankrupting their economies. Armed with the deadly Meteor Beyond Visual Range missile, agile Iris-T dogfight weapons, precision bombs, and anti-ship missiles, the Gripen is a true multi-role predator, proving that size does not define power. Countries like Brazil, Hungary, South Africa, and Thailand have all discovered the secret. For the price of a handful of F-35s, you can field an entire fleet of Gripens, and that fleet can actually stay in the air, ready for war every single day. The Gripen isn't just a fighter. It is a philosophy that has exposed a harsh reality in the military world. Innovation can defeat brute force, and smart design can outmatch unlimited spending. Sweden, a nation without a massive military budget, has created a jet that rewrote the rules of air combat and sent shockwaves through every defense ministry on Earth. This is not just a story about a plane. It is a story about how one small nation forced the world to rethink what true air power really means. And that is exactly why the Saab Gripen has just shocked the entire military world. When you look deeper into the Saab Gripen, you begin to understand that this aircraft is more than a fighter jet. It is the result of a nation's entire defense philosophy condensed into a single machine. Sweden's challenge during the Cold War was unlike any other country's. It had to prepare for a possible invasion by superpowers without the luxury of nuclear weapons or massive alliances. This meant building a defense system that could survive the first strike, recover instantly, and strike back with precision. Out of this necessity came a radical idea: create a fighter that was not tied to expensive infrastructure, one that could operate from simple stretches of road hidden under trees. and one that could be repaired and refueled by just a few ground crew members in less than 10 minutes. This doctrine shaped every aspect of the Gripen's design, from its rugged landing gear capable of handling uneven surfaces to its modular systems that allow entire avionics blocks to be swapped in the field. But the real shock to the military world wasn't just the aircraft itself. It was how Sweden achieved all of this with a fraction of the budget of countries like the United States, Russia, or China. By merging military requirements with civilian technology and focusing on software-based architecture, Saab created a jet that could evolve over decades without requiring a complete redesign. The Gripen's ability to adapt quickly has made it one of the most future-proof fighters in existence, which is why nations buying it today know it will remain relevant for decades. Exercises in Europe and beyond have proven again and again that the Gripen can hold its own against much heavier, more expensive aircraft, and in many cases even dominate them, thanks to superior situational awareness and electronic warfare capabilities. What shocks generals and defense planners is that this aircraft, often called a budget jet, can outperform fighters costing 3 or 4 times as much, making them question the very foundation of modern military spending. When the Gripen's EF variant was unveiled, boasting even more advanced radar systems, increased range, and compatibility with the world's most lethal weapons, like the Meteor missile, it became clear that Sweden had created not just a fighter, but a blueprint for the future of air combat. The message was loud and clear. In the modern battlefield, efficiency, intelligence, and adaptability matter more than sheer size or cost. That is why the Saab Gripen continues to send shockwaves through the global military community, challenging the dominance of superpower-built fighters and proving that innovation, not money, decides the skies. As we move deeper into the Saab Gripen's story, the next layer of shock comes from its combat capabilities and the way it has repeatedly embarrassed some of the most expensive fighters in the world during exercises. On paper, many military analysts once dismissed the Gripen as a lightweight or budget aircraft, assuming that its smaller frame and lower cost would mean compromised performance. But when the jet entered multinational war games, reality hit the defense world like a thunderclap. In red flag exercises, Arctic challenge drills, and other international combat scenarios, Gripen pilots achieved stunning kill ratios against opponents flying F-16s, Eurofighters, and even the stealthy F-35. The secret was not brute force, but the perfect blend of technology, pilot training, and operational philosophy. The Gripen's data-sharing capability allows entire formations to function as a single brain, with every jet instantly aware of enemy positions and threats. This pack-hunting strategy has proven so effective that even nations with massive air forces have quietly studied Sweden's approach. Then, there's the weapons package, which transforms the Gripen into a true multi-role predator. The Meteor missile gives it one of the longest beyond visual range engagement capabilities in the world, allowing it to strike enemies before they even know they are being targeted. The Iris-T and AM-9 provide unmatched agility in close dogfights, while precision-guided bombs and anti-ship missiles make it a deadly platform for ground and naval strikes. Despite its relatively small airframe, the Gripen can carry an impressive payload, and its smart pylons allow for rapid weapon configuration changes depending on mission needs. What makes this even more extraordinary is how quickly the aircraft can turn around between missions. In under 10 minutes, a team of just 5 ground crew can fully rearm and refuel the jet on a remote road strip, meaning a squadron of Gripens can deliver continuous combat power without needing massive air bases that are vulnerable to enemy attack. This rapid sortie generation rate is something even the most advanced fifth-generation fighters struggle to match. And it has completely changed the way smaller nations can think about air defense. Countries like Hungary and Brazil, operating limited fleets, have discovered that with Gripen, every jet can deliver maximum operational tempo without overwhelming their budgets. After seeing the Gripen outperform expectations in real-world exercises, the natural question arose: how does this Swedish marvel compare to the titans of modern aviation? The legendary F-16, the sophisticated Rafale, the powerful Eurofighter Typhoon, and even the stealthy F-35 Lightning II. On paper, these aircraft represent the pinnacle of Western aerospace engineering, built with massive budgets and decades of development. Yet, when analysts strip away the marketing and look at raw performance, cost, and operational philosophy, the Gripen's impact becomes even more shocking. Take the F-35, for example, a jet often seen as the ultimate fifth-generation fighter. It is undeniably advanced, with stealth coatings, powerful sensors, and massive software integration. But it comes with a price tag that can cripple defense budgets and an operating cost so high that many air forces struggle to fly it enough to keep pilots fully trained. The Gripen, by contrast, offers 80–90% of the mission capability at less than half the cost. And in some scenarios, its smaller radar cross-section, superior electronic warfare suite, and ability to operate from dispersed locations give it tactical advantages the F-35 cannot match. Against the F-16, the world's most produced fighter, the Gripen repeatedly proves why modern design matters. The F-16 is fast and battle-tested, but it comes from a 1970s design philosophy. In multiple joint exercises, Gripens have used advanced data links and the Meteor missile to kill F-16s long before they even entered firing range, demonstrating the brutal efficiency of networked warfare. The Eurofighter Typhoon and Rafale bring incredible performance and agility, often seen as Europe's best fighters, yet both are complex and expensive to maintain. Gripen's modular systems, combined with its ability to be serviced in the field by minimal crew, give it an operational flexibility these heavier platforms cannot achieve. What truly unsettles military planners is not that the Gripen wins every head-to-head comparison, but that it does so at a fraction of the cost, forcing them to confront a hard truth. Raw spending does not guarantee air superiority anymore. In an era where technology evolves faster than procurement cycles, the Gripen's software-driven architecture allows it to receive upgrades in months rather than years, meaning the jet you face today will be even more advanced tomorrow without Sweden needing to build an entirely new airframe. This philosophy terrifies defense industries built around selling expensive replacements every decade. For smaller nations, this comparison is liberating. It means they no longer have to choose between economic stability and national security. For superpowers, it's a wake-up call that decades of dominance are no longer assured. The Saab Gripen, in every comparison, doesn't just compete. It changes the rules of the game. And that is why its very existence continues to send shockwaves through the entire military world.